You're 8 years old, sitting on the bathroom floor during your own birthday party. The tile is cold against your legs. You can hear your mother laughing in the living room with the neighbors, the same woman who screamed in your face an hour earlier, calling you ungrateful because you cried when she smashed the clay bird you made in art class. She said it was ugly. She said you were always making messes. Now she's out there serving cake, playing the perfect mother. And you're in here with the door locked, holding a paper plate with a slice of chocolate cake you're too nauseous to eat. The strange part is, you feel safer here, alone, than you did when they were all singing happy birthday to you. You're 8 years old, and you already understand that sometimes the most dangerous place is the center of attention in your own home. That bathroom floor feeling never quite leaves. You carry it everywhere. It becomes the way you move through the world. Most people spend their lives wondering if they're good enough. You spent yours knowing you weren't, at least not to the people who were supposed to love you first. The hated child lives in a specific kind of hell because the hate doesn't announce itself with signs and speeches. It hides in the small things. The way your mother's face changes when you walk into a room. The way your father remembers every mistake you made 3 years ago, but forgets you won the science fair last week. You learned early that the safest place is invisible. You became a ghost in your own home. Walking on eggshells isn't a metaphor for you. It's a survival skill you mastered before you lost your baby teeth. You learned to read the room before entering it. You can sense tension in the air like animals sense earthquakes. You know which footsteps mean danger and which mean you can exhale. By age 7, your nervous system was already rewired. Researchers at the University of California published findings in 2019 showing that scapegoated children develop hypervigilance earlier and more intensely than other trauma survivors. Your body learned to stay ready for attack even when nothing was happening. You can't remember the last time you felt safe. Safety isn't a feeling you have access to. It's something other people talk about that sounds like a foreign language. There are 4 signs burned into you if you were the hated child. The first is that you apologize for existing. You say sorry when someone bumps into you. You apologize for needing things, for taking up space, for speaking too long, for breathing too loud in a quiet room. You have apologized for being sad, for being happy, for having opinions. You apologize when others hurt you. The reflex runs so deep, you don't even notice it anymore. You said sorry to the barista yesterday when she got your order wrong. The second sign is that you became the family therapist before you hit double digits. You managed your mother's moods. You kept your father calm. You made sure your siblings didn't cry too loud or ask for too much. You read emotional weather patterns and adjusted yourself accordingly. You were 9 years old, holding everyone together, and no one ever asked if you were okay. No one wondered what it cost you. You became fluent in everyone else's needs and mute in your own. The third sign is that good news feels like a trap. You got the job, the acceptance letter, the award. Your first feeling isn't joy, it's dread. Achievements make you anxious because in your house, being seen meant being targeted. Success drew attention, and attention from your parents meant scrutiny, criticism, or punishment. Your brain learned that winning is dangerous. So now, even when good things happen, your chest tightens and you wait for the other shoe to drop. You wait for someone to tell you that you don't deserve it, that you got lucky, that you're fooling everyone. The fourth sign is that you perform love instead of receiving it. You became perfect. You cleaned the house, got straight A's, took care of everyone, never asked for anything. You thought if you were good enough, helpful enough, quiet enough, they would finally see you. There was a girl who did everything right. She raised her younger siblings while her mother slept off hangovers. She made honor roll every semester. She worked a job at 15 to help with bills. Her father called her selfish when she asked to go to a friend's birthday party. She spent her teenage years trying to earn love that was never going to come. She's 32 now. She still can't accept compliments. When someone says she did a good job, her brain immediately searches for what she did wrong. What happens in your brain when you grow up hated is specific and measurable. Attachment theory tells us that children form internal working models of relationships based on early experiences. When your parent treats you like a burden, your brain wires itself to expect rejection as the default. The amygdala, your brain's threat detection center, stays overactive. It scans neutral faces for anger. It interprets silence as punishment. Psychologists identified something in 1994 called hostile attribution bias. It means you perceive hostility even when none exists because your brain is stuck in an environment where hostility was constant. You walk into a room and assume people don't want you there. Someone doesn't text back and you spiral into certainty that you've been abandoned. A friend cancels plans and you're convinced they hate you. Your baseline isn't safety, it's fear. Other people feel anxious sometimes. You feel calm sometimes. The difference matters. The worst part is what happens when you grow up. You leave the house. You think you're free. Then you realize you've been carrying them with you the entire time. You choose people who confirm what you already believe about yourself. The partner who criticizes you constantly. The friend who takes everything and gives nothing. The boss who overlooks your work. You mistake intensity for love because chaos feels like home. Calm feels wrong. Kindness feels suspicious. When someone treats you well, you wait for the catch. You wait for them to realize you're not worth it. Research published in 2021 found that adults who were scapegoated as children are 3 times more likely to enter abusive romantic relationships. Not because they want abuse, because their nervous system recognizes it. It feels familiar. Your body relaxes into dysfunction because at least you know the rules. At least you know what to expect. Healthy love feels foreign and uncomfortable because you never learned its language. Here's the cruelest twist. You became hyper-aware of everyone else's needs and completely blind to your own. You can walk into a party and within 5 minutes know who's uncomfortable, who's faking it, who needs help. You read people like they have subtitles only you can see. But if someone asks what you need, you go blank. You don't know. You've spent so long managing everyone else's emotions that you stopped having access to your own. You can't name what you're feeling half the time. You just know your chest hurts and you're tired. You know you want to cry, but you're not sure why. You know something is wrong, but you can't put words to it because you never learned the vocabulary for your own interior life. One day it hits you. You're 28 or 34 or 41 and you realize you've been performing your entire life. The personality you show people isn't real. It's a survival mechanism. You've spent decades being whatever kept you safest. Helpful, quiet, easy, convenient. You molded yourself into shapes that might finally earn approval. The exhaustion you feel isn't just tiredness. It's the weight of spending 30 years holding yourself together with hope that crumbled a long time ago. You look in the mirror and you don't recognize the person staring back. You don't know who you are underneath all the performance. You're not sure there's anyone there at all. Then the rage comes. It surprises you because you've never allowed yourself to feel it before. Anger wasn't safe in your house, but now it's here, and it's huge, and it terrifies you. You're furious at them for what they took. You're furious at yourself for still caring. You're furious that you wasted years trying to fix something that was never your fault. The anger feels too big for your body. It feels like it might destroy you if you let it out. After the rage comes the grief. You mourn the childhood you deserved, the parent who should have protected you, the safety you never got to feel. You grieve the version of yourself that might have existed if you'd been loved correctly. That grief is heavier than anything you've carried before because it's grief for something you never had in the first place. How do you mourn what you never knew? Here's the truth that takes years to accept. It was never about you. Your parents' inability to love you wasn't a reflection of your worth. It was their damage. Maybe they were the hated child in their family. Maybe they had untreated mental illness. Maybe they resented what you represented. Maybe you looked like someone who hurt them. None of that is your responsibility to fix or understand. You were a child. You deserved love without conditions. You didn't get it. That failure was theirs, not yours. You have to grieve the parent you needed before you can heal from the one you had. You have to stop waiting for them to suddenly see you, apologize, change. Most of them never will. The closure you're searching for won't come from them. It has to come from you. You have to become the person who finally says, "You didn't deserve that. You were just a kid. It wasn't your fault." Reparenting starts with small acts, letting yourself rest without earning it, saying no without apologizing, buying yourself something nice without justifying the expense, sitting with your feelings instead of pushing them down. It feels wrong at first, selfish, indulgent. That's the old programming talking. That's the voice that was installed in you before you had the tools to question it. You also have to find people who don't make you perform for basic respect. Friends who like you on your bad days. Partners who don't need you to be perfect. Therapists who understand CPTSD, not just depression or anxiety, because what you have isn't standard sadness. It's complex trauma wired into your nervous system before you had language to name it. It requires specific treatment, not generic advice about gratitude journals and morning routines. The hardest part is accepting you can't go back and fix it. You can't rescue the kid you were. You can't go back to that bathroom floor and tell that 8-year-old that they're going to be okay. That little version of you is still inside somewhere, still waiting for someone to notice, to care, to say it wasn't your fault. Maybe that someone has to be you. If you could tell your younger self one thing they desperately needed to hear, what would it be?